one of the interesting things about Malik Blocton is this time last year it was, hey, Marcus Harris's little brother's on the team, and let's see. I mean, nobody was really projecting him to be a key guy, and he ends up being, I think he got the second or third most snaps of any defensive tackle last year, and now he's coming into this season as a, almost in Sharpie starter at defensive tackle.
And think about how many veteran defensive linemen Auburn went and got last offseason.
Yes.
I think thinking, well, Malik could be ready, but we'd rather have more proven options or guys that have seen the field in college football before. And Malik outplayed practically all of them in terms of snaps.
And they've done that again this year at several spots where it's like, we've got freshmen that we really, really like, but you want to have that security blanket of a veteran. And if that veteran gets outplayed, that tells you what that freshman's made out of. So my point is, though, Blocton goes from that kid to a year later, he's one of just two defensive tackles returning on this team, him and Bobby Jameson-Travis. By the way, Bobby Jameson-Travis wasn't at practice on Wednesday. Hearing that's a personal issue, no trouble, nothing like that. He's expected to be back soon, so don't worry about that. You're now a leader, And he's talking about having to, take freshmen under his wing. These guys are a year younger than him. And, but he's the vet now. And that's got to be an interesting feeling.
And in some cases, they're bigger than him.
Quite large. Quite large.
And Malik.
I was expecting you to do 20 minutes on Malik Autry today.
I really could. I mean, that was the thing. I bounced around like a pinball at practice on Wednesday, and everybody I would walk up to, when we would just chat about, what have you seen so far? The physicality.
And we saw Malik in the spring,
and we saw him in the spring. But I think he's more impressive looking now, than he was in the spring. I would say the eyeball test, the physicality of your defensive line, defensive end group that we got to see, and that doesn't necessarily include the edges, right? Because the edges were off working. I saw
a little bit of the edges.
Yeah, I was wondering where there were two names I was wondering about, and it's turns out they were. Well, one of them was JJ, right, and the other one was
JJ Falk moving from linebacker to edge, which I always kind of felt like that was coming.
And then I was wondering where they didn't have Hardy and Ash working together, and I think Ash was over.
The other way around, Hardy came over.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was. But there I was trying to find those two guys in one of them. But
they were mixing a match.
But in watching that defensive line group, I mean, it's hard not to be. I mean, and look, Jordan Crawford, very impressive as well. But Keldrick Falk and Malik Autry are just two super impressive looking guys. And Malik might be taller than Keldrick now. Malik's
oh, he definitely is.
Yeah, I mean, Malik Autry is just, and it's
gigantic.
Yeah, and I think the kind of frame that probably it makes sense that he's not finished growing. This is a guy that could be he's still broad shouldered, huge hands and feet.
It's so kind of funny watching because it's Freeze said on
he's
Wednesday,
going to have a hard time finding stuff that fits when he goes to the garage sale on Saturday. Right?
Yeah. Freeze talked about him Autry and Crawford as guys freshmen who could play right away on the defensive tackle, and it's so funny seeing the juxtaposition of those two guys because Autry's 6'5". 320 something, 330, and Jordan Crawford's 6 foot and about that same weight, and it's just different skill sets, different positions. It's, that group is interesting because as I wrote, not to repeat everything on Wednesday, but